Hey everyone, welcome back. Going to do something a little bit different today. Well, not real different. I mean, we've talked about books and things like that before, but just want to give you some recommendations for a few things that, if you're into preparedness and things like that, this might pique your interest a little bit. Some of them are works of fiction, and I'm just going to cover two particular authors, and these are books that I've actually enjoyed. And if you've been around, you may have heard of these books. So if you're kind of new to preparedness, maybe not so much, but definitely recommend. I recommend reading these. You know, if you like to read, check these out. They're pretty interesting titles, and they both kind of cover the similar topics as far as end of the world kind of scenarios with like the power grid going down and things like that. Just different authors' takes on it. Now, the one I'm going to go through, these are actually kind of like short series books for both of these. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about, and like I said, if you've been around this, you've probably heard of this. This is maybe for people just coming into it. And it's this book here. It's called 1 Second After by William Forstchen, is I guess how you say his name. And this is set down in, I believe it was North Carolina. It might be North Carolina or South Carolina. I've drawn a blank. It's been a little bit since I've read both of these. So, but it basically takes part in a small town in North Carolina, and when it's a grid down, but you have to read it. I don't want to spoil the story, so I don't want to get too much into it. But it kind of delves into like the after effects of, you know, an SHTF event, and you know the way things get handled by the communities, the governments, things like that. Like I said, I don't want to dive too much into it, but that's kind of a premise of the book, and they're very good. Now, the second one in the series is 1 year after, and just as you would imagine, it's basically based on you know, the year after this event takes place and how the communities kind of bounce back. Now, keep in mind, these are obviously works of fiction, so you know there's going to be some artistic license with things, and there may be even some things that you might find kind of dramatic in them, or I don't want to say inaccuracies, but you know, you might be reading this and going, oh, you know, I do better, or this could be done like this. I get all that. This is just something that there's some kind of, it's more thought-provoking, I think, these books, as opposed to, I wouldn't use them as like a guidebook on how to survive the apocalypse, in other words. But I think they really touch on some good points. And what I like about these particular series, because I've read some other ones that kind of maybe go off a little bit more, a little, you know, unrealistic and things. Everything in these books, that, at least in my opinion, is kind of believable. Like I said, they may take some license with them, you know, with things, and maybe embellish them the way things could happen. But truthfully, who really knows what's going to happen? But it does paint kind of a picture, and like I said, if anything, it'll get you thinking about it. You know, they're actually thought-provoking books. So if you get a chance, if you like to read, man, definitely check these both out. You can get these on Amazon, probably any store, Barnes & Noble. I don't get paid by them. I'm not making a penny off of this. I don't know these authors, nothing. These are just something I'm recommending for you guys. So like I said, definitely check those out. 1 Second After, 1 Year After. Now the second set that I'm going to talk about is, I actually kind of stumbled on this one by accident. And I found the first one in a used bookstore. Sorry, I'm actually sitting outside. It's so nice out. I didn't want to be in the house. So the second series is actually by an author named Jonathan Hollerman. And he's actually, I believe his title was like Deputy Director of the EMP Commission or something like that. But he also has a company called Grid Down Consulting, which is online. You can check them out. And he basically does consulting for like high-end clients for bug out retreats and things like that. So, but he wrote these books, and there's actually two sets that I want to talk about, because the one set is a fiction series. So this is the first one that I actually found, and it's called Equipping Modern Patriots, EMP, and it's basically set after the you know, electromagnetic pulse takes out the grid. Like I said, I don't want to go too far into these, because I don't want to spoil them if you're interested in reading them. But what I really found interesting about these books is he is from this area in Western PA. So a lot of the things that he talks about and some of the places that some of the businesses, some of the areas that they pass through in towns, things like that, is actually I'm familiar with them. I didn't know that reading the reading them originally, but it was kind of a neat thing to come across as I started reading it. I like I said, this was pure luck that I found the first one, the Equipping Modern Patriots. This one's called With a Story of Survival. This is the first one in the series. So if you're going to get it, if you want to check these out, definitely check this out. And then so that was, like I said, it was basically a surprise. And then you have book 2 is The Aftermath. It's still called Equipping Modern Patriots. And then the third one is called New Beginnings. And they're kind of an interesting read. I mean, like I said, they're works of fiction, but there are some, I go back to it, it's kind of thought-provoking. It kind of gives you an idea of, well, I guess that could happen. Or, even some of the solutions that they talk about in there could actually be put into your practical, preparedness plan. So, definitely, if you're into reading fiction, but you want kind of along the lines of more, realistic approach, I guess, or a realistic story, these are kind of it. And like I said, they are fiction, so there's going to be things that you might feel exaggerated. But I really did get a good takeaway from when I read these books. And like I said, I've always been into preparedness before I found these books. But there was some things that actually made me think, and kind of made me change my ideas about some things and plans and things like that. So definitely check it out. The other ones that I wanted to show you are by the same author. And I'm sorry, I think there's a motorcycle or a truck coming up the hill, so I apologize for the noise. Like I said, I just wanted to come out. It's nice and sunny out today. I was out here for a while, not a single vehicle came by until I started recording, so my luck. But anyway, like I said, Jonathan Hollerman is has the Grid Down Consulting, but he also wrote 2 other books, which are nonfiction books. And these are, there's 2 of them, and it's the Survival Theory series. He has 2 of these books. The first one is Survival Theory, a preparedness guide. And this basically gets you kind of in the beginning stages of things. And gives you some ideas on different things. Like I said, once again, I don't want to spoil it, but this is more if you were looking for more of a guidebook as opposed to a work of fiction. These are definitely, I really think these are good books. I've read Survival Theory twice. How to survive the end of the world on budget is what this goes. And like I said, there's some really good ideas in here about survival retreats, survival groups, different things. He talks about, firearms, food storage. It's a little bit of everything. So if you're just kind of getting into it, it's definitely a good book to pick up. Like I said, once again, you can get these on Amazon. The second one is Survival Theory 2. And this dives into more of like the psychology of the preparedness side. It deals about with like I said, the psychology of human desperation, starvation, and living without rule of law. It gets a little graphic at times. Not in a, it talks really about, basically what the title says. And it goes into some areas where like people have gone through like starvation, things like that, or, desperate situations, things like that. It's definitely a good read, though. Once again, it's very thought-provoking, but it also does have some good information, and it's just not just not a hard read. There is actually things to make you think about things, because like I said, I think a lot of it is some of the things he touches on is, I think, things that people don't really think about when they think about like preparedness, survival, things like that. I think everybody thinks you stock your basement full of canned goods and you get a bunch of guns and everything's going to be okay. And he kind of touches on how it's not, or possibilities, things like that. So definitely, if you're getting into just getting into the preparedness and things like that, or somebody that is, I definitely recommend both of these books, the Survival Theory series, and like I said, the author's name is Jonathan Hollerman. You can find these books on Amazon. So like I said, I'm not getting a penny from these. I am definitely just recommending because I think they were good reads. And you can check out their Jonathan Hollerman's website also too, griddownconsulting.com. And you can dive in. I don't know him personally, I never met him, but I really do enjoy his books. So I like I said, just wanted to pass this along. Like I said, I'm trying to get some more content out, and I want to kind of dive back into things that help you gain some knowledge and things like that, whether it's in preparedness or outdoors. And I got some other stuff planned, hopefully coming up soon. Maybe some outdoor things, even some camping based stuff. I want to do a review of the glamper, the camper that we purchased, and kind of my thoughts on it and things like that. So there's hopefully I can get some be in touch with a little bit more videos coming up. So once again, thanks for stopping by. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe. Definitely leave me comments, and if you have any other book recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. If your thoughts are, you don't like these books, that's fine. If you've already read them, don't care for them, critiques, whatever. But like I said, if you have something else, anything that we can pass along to each other to help each other out is definitely good knowledge. So anyway, take care, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.